Welcome inside the Paycom Center as we get ready for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. It's a clash of Western Conference Titans, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs, along with Josh Callaway and Cameron Johnson. I am Colby Daniels. This is something that I think the entire NBA has been counting down toward, a collision course between these two young, dominant cores, and tonight potentially begins shaping what the next decade, perhaps, of the Western Conference and maybe the NBA looks like. I cannot wait for this thing to get underway at 7:30.
Nor can I. It feels like these first two rounds, they're hard. They're the NBA playoffs. It's always going to be difficult, but they feel like warm-ups. It feels like you said, this is what all of the NBA has been waiting for this year. It is kind of a finals-like feel, even though it's the same conference. But I think this is going to be the first series where we really see the Thunder tested against an impressive San Antonio team. And I think we're going to be in for a lot of big, fun moments.
Finally. I've been waiting for this all season. I go back to the beginning of the year. It feels like these two teams have just been on a collision course quite literally for several months now. Going back to Christmas, before that NBA Cup game in Vegas, we've all been waiting for this, and certainly the last week has taken forever to get to this point, but very excited. It should be an unbelievable atmosphere, and just very, very excited to finally be here.
Well, you sort of think about the way this, I'm going to call it a rivalry. Rivalry was built this season. The Thunder are the reigning champs. They start 24-1. They're off to this record pace, obviously dealing with some injuries in the early stages of the year, but they go to the NBA Cup. San Antonio is looked at as maybe the next version of the Thunder, but I think most people felt like that was a year or two away. You get to that NBA Cup semifinal on December 13th. San Antonio, in a thriller, pulls off the 2-point win, and they advance to the NBA Cup final, and the Thunder were, I think, somewhat shocked. And then you have those two losses in 3 days on December 23rd and December 25th. And the questions begin. Does San Antonio have the Thunder's number? OKC basically has taken care of everyone in the NBA except for the... You start to look at the make and build of these teams. Both teams have a superstar. Both teams have young, promising superstars. Both teams have a young core, depth, good on both sides of the basketball, offense and defense. I mean, I think other than San Antonio's average age being slightly younger than the Thunder's, they're kind of carbon copies of each other. And look, I think it's kind of fitting that when Sam Presti got here to sort of build this organization, he did it coming from San Antonio and the two small markets of the NBA now, potentially positioned to dominate the league for maybe a decade.
You look at the first two first-round matchups that they've had. It's been a clear difference between, OKC's strengths help them capitalize on clear weaknesses of both of their previous opponents. This is a matchup where, like you said, they are two very similar teams, and that's going to make for a really interesting matchup to watch, especially with star-studded rosters. You're going to see a finally healthy OKC roster, which was a thing in those previous matchups as well when they had so many injuries. So it's finally like we're going to see the full potential of this series.
Yeah, Colby, you said it before. Sam Presti comes over from San Antonio. These franchises have always kind of felt kind of intertwined, right? I mean, Sam Presti kind of built this thing in the image of those Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich, Tony Parker Spurs teams. That's kind of what he tried to replicate here. And it's just the Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama little one-on-one rivalry. It's just the battles that they had with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook days in the conference finals when they went to the finals the first time. It's like these two franchises have battled. It went through a little lull. Obviously, while the Spurs rebuilt it, the Thunder had to rebuild it. And now it's all the way back. And it's very exciting. They're two franchises, and they borderline states, Oklahoma, Texas thing. It's everything you want in a rivalry. And it's budding, and it has a chance to be the biggest one maybe in all of sports for quite a while.
We might have two superstars in this series that are going to be the front runners for the MVP over the next few years as well. By the way, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning the MVP last night, now a two-time most valuable player in the NBA. 4 MVPs to this Thunder organization over the last 13 years is just mind-blowing when you think about the star power that Oklahoma City has had on its roster. But in terms of Shai in this series, there's been a lot of conversation about his regular season stats and his stats versus the San Antonio Spurs. We'll get to that. I want to start with his comments about the rust, because he mentioned it in the first series, he mentioned it against the Lakers, and then after the Game 4 win against the Lakers, he mentioned that rust has been an issue. They've had a little over a week now to get ready for this one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on recognizing that is a problem.
Yeah, that's been tough personally, trying to battle the rust. The rust has been taking its toll on me. But, yeah, stay in the gym, trust the work, it'll all even out.
I will say, he says that in a joking manner. I don't think it's one of those things that everybody's worried about the rust for Shai, but he is a rhythm player, and rust is going to be a factor when you have over a week off. Maybe 3 or 4 days is a different story, but trying to find your rhythm against a team that is focusing their defense on stopping you is part of the equation with the postseason.
And again, his rusty performance is still a game-changing performance. And I think, that first series, like you said, it took its toll, but hopefully now you can look back, see maybe what you could have done differently to avoid some of that rust. I think we're going to see a much sharper performance, and then you take in the mentality of just how big this series is, the hype around it. I think he's ready to deliver in the moment.
Yeah, it's funny just to hear Shai acknowledge it. A lot of guys kind of downplay it. He's kind of said, it's hard to go a week in between games, especially for a guy like Shai. Like you said, Colby, he's a rhythm player, and we've seen both against Phoenix and against the Lakers, he got better and better as the series went on. Can he avoid that today? I mean, you feel like you're going to kind of probably need full-blown Shai at his best to win this series. Maybe not necessarily every game, but for the most part throughout the series. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can hit the ground running a little quicker than he did, first game of the last couple rounds.
It's a very fine line, the balance of staying sharp and going through a postseason series where every possession is magnified in terms of, the minor details that you're paying attention to, and then you sort of have to, take away that level of focus for a week and then re-engage a week later. I think they would prefer the rest than having 7-game series, so it's kind of a pick your poison type thing. Because of all the rest, though, guys, we're talking about a healthy Jalen Williams, J-Dub, entering this series. He was hurt on April 22nd, Game 2 of the Phoenix Sun series. We kind of had the conversation, what does his availability look like against the Lakers? And, it was kind of made easy for this coaching staff, and now it feels as though J-Dub is 100% ready to go, and they're going to need him in this series 100%.
Absolutely, and the good news is, if they need to play him on a minutes restriction, you've got a guy like A.J. Mitchell who stepped up in his place this last series, so that kind of helps ease any nerves there. But I think, like you said, he was really hitting his stride in those first 2 games of that Phoenix series. So to see him come back in this kind of moment, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in and doesn't miss a beat. I think he's just as ready to come back as fans are, so I look for a fun series out of him.
Well, it's just such a luxury of the fact that they were able to win those series so comfortably. That bought J-Dub all that cushion. I think we all thought he could probably come back in this Lakers series, whether it was those 2 games in L.A. or whatever, if they needed him to, but they didn't need him to. They were in control of the series, were able to get it done in 4 games, buy him that extra week. It's been a month already since that Suns game where he got hurt, so you feel like he's probably been chomping at the bit, ready to get back out on the court, and you got to imagine he's going to be, going 100 miles an hour when this thing tips off.
Yeah, some have suggested that maybe you pull him out of the starting lineup because A.J. Mitchell has been so good this postseason. I think you let J-Dub go feel his way back into this series and maybe manage it from there, but it would be a wild move to me to go ahead and make a move like that. In terms of this series, it was 4-1 in favor of the Spurs in the regular season. Mark Daigneault spoke over the weekend about where he sees the most improvement from this San Antonio team.
Just like any really good team. I mean, they're really good on both ends. They've got great top-end talent. They got great depth. They can attack you in a number of ways on both ends of the floor. And so the better the team is, the more you have to be able to handle, and the slighter the margin for error gets. And so it's a team that we have high respect for and understand what they're capable of.
Good on both sides of the ball. I think things that we've already referenced, they're aware of what San Antonio brings in the danger department. And Alex Caruso, very much aware. Listen to his comments about his expectations for what this series is going to be.
A really good team. I think I don't think anybody else won 60 games this year, right? It was just us and them. So, based on records, it was the 2 best regular seasons this year. So we know they're a good team. We have a lot of respect for them, from what they've been able to accomplish. Just preparing for a war. They're a good team. We're a good team. So it's going to be good basketball to be played.
Preparing for a war, first time since 1998, 2 teams with 62 or more wins are meeting in the postseason. That was the Jordan Bulls and the Karl Malone Jazz. I'm expecting a war in this series in terms of the highly competitive basketball we're going to see over the course of however long this thing ultimately goes. All right, on that note, let's check in with our meteorologist, Jack Gerfin, for a Thunder forecast.
Thanks, Colby. And if you are heading downtown or going to the game, as you can see, we've got really warm temperatures, been very breezy out there, very humid. But we do think, though, that here in the metro, the storms should hold off, and they should be generally to our west. As you can see, we do have some interesting things occurring off to our west. Number one, we have a tornado watch that was issued, does not include the metro area, but it goes until midnight tonight for basically the 3 western columns of counties that you can see there, because those are the storms, or that's the areas that we have the dry line in currently. So we are watching our storms. That one that was east of Elk City, that one faded away between Elk City and Weatherford, no longer warned anymore. But by Mangum and Altus, we are still watching a cluster of storms there that have the potential for some very large hail, as well as a chance for some damaging winds. So we'll be keeping an eye on these storms out there this evening, but thankfully these should be out of the metro, and we should not be concerned with the metro until we get to overnight tonight when a cold front comes in. We'll go back now to the guys on the court.
All right, thank you, Jack. We are just over 2 hours away from Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Everyone expecting a slugfest between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. We'll take a timeout. We're going to take a peek at Thunder in the Park on the other side of the break. Not to mention Chet Wemby, the individual rivalry that everybody wants to see. We'll break it down next here on a special edition of The End Zone. We are just over 2 hours away from Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, along with special guest Josh Calloway, Cameron Johnson. I'm Colby Daniels. Before we jump into the Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama rivalry, what are we thinking of the blue shirts and the T-shirt selection tonight for Game 1?
A little more to them than that last round, I would say. I'm liking it. Classic blue, can never go wrong with that. And feeding into the Loud City part, a little bit of a play there too at the, I think it's fun.
The blue always play. I miss the white. We just have gone away from the whiteout. We've completely abandoned the whiteout. I don't understand what the deal is. They're not going to wear white in any games in this series, at least of the first 4.
I mean, does that guarantee that they won't have a whiteout in terms of the T-shirts, though?
Not necessarily, but that'd be kind of weird. The Spurs will
maybe
wear
they're
white
saving.
game too.
Maybe they're saving the whiteout for like a Game 5 or a Game 7 scenario, which we clearly haven't even come close to.
I would settle for the stripe. Give me the stripe in Game 2, and I'll live with it.
I do love the whiteout though.
I know.
Inside the arena,
It's
a great
different.
look. I'm a big fan of the blue, but mixing in the whiteout is a solid win in my book. All right, let's talk about this Chet Wemby rivalry because in terms of two individual players, not only in the entire NBA, but certainly in terms of like young and up and coming stars, these guys have been rivals for a long time. And I think maybe in terms of the way Wemby perceives this rivalry versus the way Chet perceives the rivalry, there is a certain level of maybe dislike. But regardless, I think we're all captivated by any scenario where they get matched up on each other.
It's one thing when you have a rivalry between two teams that are very good, very similar, but you throw in a rivalry, so to speak, between two of the star players, it just takes it to a whole nother level. It's fun to watch both of these players. They're both good when not playing against each other, but you can tell they both take their effect on one another when they're on the floor together. So I think it's going to be really fun to watch that rivalry take shape in a playoff environment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. These two guys are connected. I don't know if it's because they're both 7-footers, whatever the reason may be. They've been put in the same box together for the last couple of years, and it's pretty clear, like, Wemby likes to go at Chet any chance he gets. Chet tries to downplay it, but I think, inside him, you put it with truth serum, he really wants to hold his own in this series and at least go toe-to-toe with Wemby, right? This is a big moment. I think of any one player in this series, Chet's probably got the most to gain from like a stature and the way he's talked about across the league standpoint. If he could hold his own and kind of go bar for bar a little bit with Wemby in this series, that would do a lot for him. And so it's a fun storyline within the series for sure.
I think there's also something to be said for the fact that Wemby is the guy in San Antonio, the face of the franchise, the guy they're building around. Chet, while I think is one of the most elite players obviously in the NBA, he is more within, I think, a team concept rather than being in a starring role. And so maybe that plays a factor into how they view the rivalry. But I think in terms of intensity, you would like to see a little bit more from Chet individually in that rivalry in this series, and we'll see ultimately how it plays out. All right, we got to take another timeout because last night Shai Gilgeous-Alexander became a two-time NBA MVP, the 14th player in NBA history to go back-to-back on the MVPs. So we got to hear from Shai and take you to the scene last night at the Thunder practice facility. Along with Josh Calloway and Cameron Johnson, I am Colby Daniels. We're counting you down to Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals.
Is my mic on to you? Is my mic on to you, Brett? Yes, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How far out?
I'm starving. I don't know what's in there, but I'm ready. Is it after this one? That's
All right, kill the first.
They said like 5:30, so.
Kill the first SGA sound then. I think that's the one that's like 130. Kill that one and then we'll just run the other two. We can hit Thunder in the Park and then we'll come back and hit the Oklahoma one and then the trench coats. Okay. Do you want to just come out to 2 box and I'll send it straight to her? Okay, cool. Welcome back inside the Paycom Center, just over 2 hours away from tip-off, counting you down to Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. It is getting hyped inside the arena, and I'm sure outside it is getting hyped as the Thunder and the Spurs get ready for battle. Paige Orr is at Thunder in the Park. Paige, what's happening outside the arena? Okay, we will catch up with Paige momentarily. I mean, look, the traffic around the arena, the hype, the buzz, this is, I think, the hype that we all wanted in the previous series, but competitively, I think it just failed to bring that out of maybe NBA fans collectively. That is not the case with this series whatsoever.
No, not at all. Like we've said all night long already, it's the series that has been coming for months now. It's the one everyone has been looking at, and I think just like you said, competitively, these are two teams that really are able to go toe-to-toe with one another. You've got the argument that San Antonio has OKC's numbers, so I mean, you put all that together, and in one of the loudest environments in the NBA in a playoff series, yeah, it's asking for that hype.
I thought the crowds have been pretty good. Game 2 against the Lakers, I thought it was ratcheted up a little bit. But it's also had the feeling of, like, been waiting for this. Yeah. Like, there's been building toward this and waiting for a series that really feels like it could go either way. And I think you can feel it in the city all the last few days. It's going to be something tonight, I feel. And
you pair that with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning his second MVP last night. It was a terrific scene. Friends, family, Thunder, personnel. Shai's son running around, which I think brought a smile to everybody's face. But it's pretty crazy when you start to think about the things that Shai has accomplished and where he has already, I think, put himself on the all-time list of NBA players. He made it a point to thank a lot of different groups, and the Thunder fan base was a specific group that he had to point out.
If you play college basketball, the fans are like up cheering all game. Nobody comes late because they have stuff to do. Like, nobody's comes late on purpose in their outfit to show off. Like, it's basketball, and that's all it is. And it's amazing. And then I really, really, really knew they were real when we sucked for like 3 years and they didn't go anywhere. That's when I realized they really love us and we're really part of this city. And I'm glad they've been able to have a little fun as we had.
I knew they were real when we sucked for 3 years and they kept showing up. I immediately looked over to Sam Presti and Mark Daignault, and they got a chuckle out of that. Everybody, I think, that went through that stretch of the rebuild, you never know how long a rebuild's going to take. And for the Thunder fan base to stick by this team and for it to turn around so quickly, obviously, is a big part of the Thunder story.
Yeah, it's you see everything that has taken place. The fans really have been a big part of that. I mean, you look at the team coming back from away games, away series. The fans are out there into the late hours of the night, early hours of the morning. And you look around the arena when this place fills up. They are kind of an added member of this team, and they have been crucial to their success. And I imagine they'll play a big role in crunch time in this series.
Yeah, it's just nice to see for Shai the faith rewarded. Obviously, when he signed the extension, there was talk around the league, like, are they going to be able to put a winner around him? Like, he signed that big deal to stay there. He believed in the vision of it, and obviously it's more than paid off. A couple MVPs, a championship last year, and a shot at another one this year. It's just been cool to see him progress and get better, become kind of one of the big faces of this state, not just sports, but just period. And obviously 2 MVPs. He's a lockdown Stone Cold Hall of Famer. I mean, you win 2 MVPs, you're going to the Hall of Fame, so it's pretty cool.
And his Thunder teammates are reaping the rewards. It was Rolexes last year, trench coats and watches this year. Take a listen to what the trench coats are all about.
Good question, Tim. My teammates are very fashionable guys, and I figured I'd help them out a little bit with the Burberry trench coat, and they look great, and I'm glad they all fit, except for Chet's. Chet, we got to extend Chet's, but we'll figure his out. Oh, he's right here, sorry. My bad, Chet, I apologize. You're going to get 2, don't worry.
There you go, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 2-time NBA Most Valuable Player. Along with Josh Callaway and Cameron Johnson, I am Colby Daniels. We're counting you down to Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, the Thunder and the Spurs. We'll take a look at this series from the Spurs side of things on the other side of the break. You're watching special edition of The End Zone. Hey, we're going to have to reset. Moving us. Hello, hello. They are moving us. We're going to have to reset. Okay. Yeah, we can just... Yeah, he's supposed to be. I don't see him anywhere. Here, just, yeah, scoot over, Cam, and just try to go this way. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we might have to pull the lower third with Josh. I don't know where the San Antonio guy is, so. Okay. Welcome back inside the Paycom Center. Tonight it's Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Doors are now open, by the way, if you didn't hear that. Thunder fans going to sprint around us, hoping to get an autograph from two-time MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, along with Cameron Johnson. I'm Colby Daniels. Special guest Zach Hedrick, who covers the San Antonio Spurs from our sister station WOAI. Did I get that correctly?
Yeah, you guys got it.
Nailed it. I nailed it.
Live introduction here. Nothing like it.
Welcome
right?
to OKC. Did the wind blow you in, or were you fighting it all the way here?
I'm going back to my OU days a little bit. I got the blow dry here walking into the Paycom Center. So yeah, it was like I'm back in Oklahoma.
Well, last year, Game 1 of the NBA Finals, the Pacers were late getting here because of tornadoes. So at least you didn't have to deal with that on your way in.
Thank goodness.
But,
knock on wood, right?
Yeah. I'm curious your take on this series because obviously the regular season matchups were terrific. San Antonio goes 4-1 against this Thunder team, and it creates, I think, an interesting narrative for what this series is going to be.
Absolutely, Colby. I mean, I think we can all agree this is kind of like the de facto NBA Finals a little bit, right? You know, whoever comes out of this series is going to have a pretty good chance of lifting the big trophy next month. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think this is going to be the best basketball that we've seen in the playoffs thus far. We've seen some good ones, especially from Oklahoma City. They've been dominant, but this is going to be a good test for both teams.
It's interesting when you look at this matchup in particular. You've got the Thunder, who are the reigning champs, defending champs, and then you've got the Spurs, who are technically an underdog in this situation because they are the ones who seemingly have the best chance to dethrone them, but they don't have that mindset of an underdog team. They don't play like an underdog.
They don't. I mean, and that's been something that's been brought up a lot. Hey, you guys don't have experience, and Wemby kind of set the tone with that. Was just like, so what? You know, and I won't repeat what he said up here because I think, you know, it's maybe not, you know, TV friendly a little bit, but you know, that really set the tone, and they've been going after it. And something else that he echoed after the Minnesota series was, we don't know if it's impossible, so you know, who cares? Let's just go after it and see what happens.
I want to talk a little more about Wemby because obviously he's a freak. I don't know how you game plan to stop him. And, you know, it's kind of like the old Jordan saying, you just hope to contain him.
Right.
You know, the matchup with Chet obviously is interesting. It's an individual rivalry that, at least on our side of things, we feel like Wemby has more of an intensity for that rivalry than Chet does.
He does.
But I hope that we get to see those guys matched up on each other to a pretty decent extent throughout this series.
I hope so too. You know, knocking on wood that, you know, everybody stays healthy on both sides because I want to see these teams at full strength. And yeah, it's really going to be fun to see Chet and Wemby duke it out and on this big of a stage. So then that way it's just kind of like, well, maybe that whichever player comes out on top, okay, now they have the bragging rights for now. But it's just going to be a fun tit for tat that we're going to see play out over the next few years.
On top of being just an individual rivalry, it's also a rivalry that I think is going to make a big impact in this series. You know, containing Wemby is a big part of this. I'm curious how just that adds to their rivalry, adding to this series as a whole.
Yeah, I know players on both sides have really kind of said, you don't see it as a rivalry, maybe not yet, but I know everybody in our field, right?
I'm calling it a rivalry.
Right,
yeah.
And I think even former players, I mean, I talked to Jaren Jackson last night on our Sunday show. He's a former player, played on the 99 championship team. He says, yeah, it should be a rivalry. They need to have this a little bit because it brings more to it, especially for the fans. And of course, people in our field, it just makes it more fun.
SGA won the MVP last night. I'm sure that hits home in some way for Victor Wembanyama. And now Stephen Castle is going to defend him. Marcus Smart was very physical with Shai in the previous series. I think that's one of the most interesting matchups of, you know, however long this series goes. Stephen Castle and what he's able to do to prevent Shai from doing what Shai does.
Right, and it's going to be interesting to see just how closely and how quickly the refs whistle Castle, if they do or not, because Castle can get into foul trouble a little bit. That happened during the Portland series a little bit, sometimes in Minnesota too, but he's the best defender that they have. But also too, some similar for both these teams is their depth. I mean, even if Castle gets into foul trouble, They've got Carter Bryant waiting in the wings, and Dylan Harper is a pretty good on-ball defender as well. So they can switch out, and there's not a lot of drop-off between both teams.
I got to talk about the meme machine that is Dylan Harper. The facial expressions in the last series won me over. I'm a fan. He's an excellent player that I feel like has come a long way since the regular season matchups. And what he's done in the postseason, obviously, is a major factor toward the Spurs' postseason success.
You know, he's been incredible, and I give a lot of credit to De'Aaron Fox. I mean, you know, just having him to watch and just learn, you know, things to do and ways to just get that extra little edge. He's been a sponge this season, and really both him and Castle have learned a lot from Fox. But yeah, Mitch Johnson, I think, maybe said it best. Harper and Castle are his attack dogs, so I'm going to see how well they can get downhill tonight, if at all, because that's a pretty good rim protector too. So we'll see how they attack it.
How much of the regular season series that the Spurs won 4-1 do you think factors into what we see in this series?
So we asked De'Aaron Fox that this morning, and he goes, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of carryover. You take some things from it, but not a whole lot. This is a brand new stage, right? It's the postseason. The slate gets wiped clean, so maybe they take a few things to it and just how to scheme, or maybe, you know, okay, let's try this out and see if they know or remember. But yeah, I think we might see, you know, a few little test punches out here tonight, just to kind of test the waters.
I subscribe to the fact that it's more mentality between the two teams because of that series than maybe the X's and O's part.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm tired of talking about it. It's just like, let's go, let's get the ball tipped up, and I mean, it's like we've been. I know y'all have been waiting for it for about a week because the Lakers, and it's just kind of like, all right, can we get some basketball, please?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Zach, we appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Obviously, you won't be a stranger in this series, but we're all expecting a slugfest for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait. Y'all enjoy it. I can't wait. Please come on down to San Antonio. We'll have the breakfast tacos waiting for you. All right. We also have Rudy's down there, too, so I know that's always a popular spot here in Oklahoma. So, yeah, can't wait to see y'all down in San Antonio.
We can definitely do that. That is Zach Hedrick with our sister station in San Antonio, WOAI. We got to check in with our man Jack Gerfin for another Thunder forecast before we take another break and talk more about this incredible Western Conference Finals matchup.
Thank you, Colby. Yeah, and as you can see with our forecast again for this evening, it's great out there with very warm conditions. Temperatures are in the middle 80s. It's muggy and it's windy. So if you're going to be heading out and being in Thunder up in the park, just take note of that. Make sure you drink a little bit of extra water. But in terms of our storms, we should be dry in the metro area until much later overnight tonight. We do have a tornado watch for the 3 western columns of counties until midnight tonight. So it does not include the metro area, but those storms are forming along the dry line. We've had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings associated with those storms right now. Currently, we're watching the one that's between basically Mangum and Hobart right now for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we also have that storm that's by the Sentinel area as well that's got a chance for some gusty winds. We're also watching not only this western side of the state, but also northwest Oklahoma as well for additional storms. But we have a cold front coming through overnight tonight, and we'll talk about how that will play into our forecast overnight as well. We're going to go back to break, but then we'll continue with the end zone after this.
All right, thank you, Jack. Josh Calloway, Cameron Johnson, Colby Daniels. We'll talk more about this Thunder Spurs series on the other side of the break. The regular season, how much does it factor into what we'll see over the next possibly 7 games? That's next on a special edition of The End Zone.
Do you want to go back to the car? Are you okay to be out here? I'll be back. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are we doing? That was chaos. Yo. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay. Sounds good. Welcome back inside the Paycom Center for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Special guest Josh Calloway joining Cameron Johnson and myself, Colby Daniels. The doors are open. Thunder fans are inside. Everybody's awaiting their SGA autograph, which he does after his shoot-around.
They'll all get one.
By the way, I've calculated this because I've been to just a couple games inside this arena. 88 minutes before tip-off is when Shai generally walks out and starts his shoot-around, and then, however long that takes, he signs autographs afterward. But everybody's excited for this game, and I'm sure they're excited outside the arena as well, as we one more time check in with Paige Orr at Thunder in the Park.
Hey guys, hey Kobe, hey Cameron. Woo! It is exciting out here. It's been a party. Check out the face paint. One of my friends got face paint too. Let's see it. Are you guys excited for the game tonight? Yes. Woo! All right, game 1, Western Conference Finals. Who do you think is going to win this series? Do you have the Thunder? Do you have the Spurs? How many games?
I don't know.
No,
I'll take the sweep again.
She says no dropped games by the Thunder. Guys, it has been a blast out here. It might be windy, it might be hot, but that is not killing the party. We're having a great time. I've seen a dog walk past here that was decked out in Thunder. Have you seen this dog? It's a poodle. She's got all the numbers on her. She is nuts. We've got the face paintings. I've seen some dance competitions happening. Did you guys go in for the raffle where you might win a ticket?
Yes.
Oh, are you feeling good?
Hope so. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Guys, they're giving out free tickets out here. So someone who came who thought they were just going to hang out at Scissortail Park tonight might be going into the Paycom tonight to watch this game 1. It's been an absolute blast. I'm going to have to let you guys go so I can get back to dancing. This is back to you guys. I'm Paige Orr. Go back to the Paycom.
Thank you, Paige. Again, I think outside the arena, inside the arena, everybody is ready for this Thunder-Spurs matchup, and especially, I think, for Thunder fans, having gone 8-0 to start this postseason run, having this long break after the regular season, long break after the Phoenix series, long break after the Lakers series. Finally, you get a series where, at least from the opposition standpoint, there's something to, I think, respect about the fight that will be brought to the Thunder in this series. Everybody has a different opinion about, how this series is going to go, maybe the length. I don't think anybody thinks this is going to be as easy to get through, though, as the previous two.
Well, what's interesting is, yes, they are 8-0 in the postseason right now, but it's not that they haven't been tested, especially in those later, I guess all of the Lakers games really, but some of those, that last one in particular, they've been put into some situations where they've really had to dig deep, stretch themselves to pull off a win. So I think they're not coming into this unprepared, not that there was any doubt about that, but I think that it'll be really interesting to see how it translates into a much more on paper competitive series.
Well, it's also where it helps the fact that it's all all the same guys from last year. I mean, they've been here, done that. They've been in 2 7-game series. They played in the finals last year. Like you said, I mean, the first 2 rounds, other than Lakers game 4, it was almost foreign. It was like, this game's in doubt in the fourth quarter. Hadn't been like that the first couple of rounds, but because they did it last year, you know, you feel like they've kind of, you know, they're used to that and what that's like, the intensity of it. This is the first team they played that can actually push them and match up with them a little bit. It'll be fun to see how they respond to it.
It's also kind of crazy that they haven't played their best basketball and
No,
they're
they
8-0 in the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, I think coming out of every game, there are a lot of different things you can point at and say the Thunder are considerably better most of the time in this area or this area, and yet they're 8-0, and that's, I think, the mark of a champion, right? You just find ways to win games, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That, to me, is probably going to be the biggest difference in this series, and we'll see how San Antonio reacts to adversity if they face it in this series. But, you know, I think the regular season series is one that plays a massive factor in how people view the Thunder and the Spurs. 4-1 San Antonio in the regular season. I would say really it's 3-1 because the Thunder didn't play SGA, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Hart, Chet, Caruso, AJ. You know, that final game of the series, the Thunder didn't play anybody. So I think in terms of what we can take from those regular season games, we throw the 5th game out, but 3-1 in the others. I thought there were really great stretches of competitive basketball between these two. You can clearly see how they match up in a big-time way, and I think that in those 4 matchups, something that stands out to me, three-point shooting. The Thunder were 30% three-point shooting in those 4 games. The Spurs were 37%.
Yeah, I mean, that's already one of my keys to this series is you got to be much better in your perimeter shooting. I mean, it, like you said, they still haven't gotten to their ceiling of what we've seen them shoot from that. But in this game where there's going to be a lot of play in the paint that determines this, but if you can separate in your three-point shooting, that's going to give you a huge advantage.
That's where your Isaiah Joes and your Jared McCains really start to come into play. And those guys have both had moments, especially McCain, obviously, in these playoffs, where they come in and just set this place on fire, hitting some deep ones. That'll be key. That'll be huge to watch as this thing goes on.
Turnovers, always an interesting story with this Thunder team. That's what they're so good at doing. They only generated 5 more turnovers than they committed in those 4 games against the Spurs. The crazy stat to that, though, is the points off turnovers. The Thunder were plus 58 off of San Antonio turnovers, while the Spurs were plus 74 off of Thunder turnovers. San Antonio being the much better team at converting those turnovers into points in those 4 regular season matchups.
And no shade to the first 2 opponents, but San Antonio plays a lot sharper of a game. They make fewer mistakes. So when OKC gets those rare opportunities, they have to capitalize. And like I said, I think transition points are going to be a huge deal as well. So I think you just have to take advantage of those very rare opportunities if you want to walk away with a win, let alone the series win.
Yeah, when you're looking at those four games that you said that really kind of matter, that was one of the common threads, is that the Spurs had more points off turnovers, which is very unlike what we're used to seeing. Usually it's the other way. I mean, we talked about the first 2 rounds. What was it? 25-10, 28-10. Those kind of margins in points off turnovers. Hasn't been like that against the Spurs. They have a lot of guards they can throw at you. Obviously, Wemby was the Defensive Player of the Year this year. He's ginormous down low, creating havoc, forcing turnovers. They don't have to value the basketball, which is not something they have to worry about as much going the other way. And we'll see how that goes down in this series.
Thunder depth is probably their greatest weapon. It was their greatest weapon last postseason. It's been a big weapon over the last 2 series, and they've just melted the Suns and the Lakers, not only in the second half of games, but as the series has gone on. They're not going to have that same level of advantage in this series against San Antonio. In fact, once again, in those 4 regular season matchups, the San Antonio bench outscored the Thunder bench by 20 in those 4 games. Now, part of that is skewed because Wemby came off the bench at the start of a couple of those games. He also played limited minutes, so, you know, there's a give and take there, but this Spurs bench is not one that is going to get completely run over by the Thunder's depth.
Yeah, it's when you look at this series, it's almost like OKC for the first time this season, or at least with this team. It's like they look in the mirror and they're doing the whole, you know, the reflection. I mean, this is a team that can throw back at them what they do so well. So it's really fun to watch. If you're a fan, it makes it a little more nerve-wracking, but I think that's what's going to make this series so interesting.
Especially the guards, right? The Spurs have got just guards for days. I mean, you have a guy like Dylan Harper who's been unbelievable coming off the bench. I mean, that's how many guards they have they can throw at you. That's the one area that the Spurs have a lot of depth, a lot of guys they can throw out there, ride the hot hand on a given night. Down low, in that kind of 4 or 5 spot, that's where it's a little thinner outside of Wemby. I mean, you have Luke Cornett, so that's where the Thunder bigs, Chet, Ihart, Jay Will, when he gets in there, it could be a big series for those guys.
All right, that is Josh Calloway and Cameron Johnson. I am Colby Daniels. We're getting closer to tip-off as we have a 7:30 start for this Western Conference Finals, Game 1 between the Thunder and the Spurs. We'll take a timeout. Series predictions. Let's pick this series on the other side of the break. You're watching a special edition of The End Zone.
Okay, what am I doing in this one? Do I toss it back to them? All right, I just don't want to mess that up again, like I usually do.
Okay. Okay, perfect. 2 minutes total or 2 minutes after Jack? Yeah, take that out. We'll just do the series predictions. Yeah, take that out. We'll have 2 minutes after Jack's done or including Jack. After Jack's done? Okay, cool.
All right. Let me, where's my email all the way down there? Oh yeah, the 601. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. So it's obviously a very isolated chance of us seeing storms across the western part of the state this evening. However, a much better chance for storms to be possible overnight tonight as our cold front comes through. As you can see with our future cast, we're looking at our storms to be moving on into northern Oklahoma across basically within that midnight time frame. And as we're watching through our future cast, you'll notice that our storms continue to slide southward along the cold front, eventually moving through the metro area during the morning commute tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a late night tonight of storms, but we'll keep on tracking these storms as we go into the overnight hours. We'll send it back now to Colby and the crew.
All right, thank you, Jack. We are getting closer and closer to tip-off Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, a couple of the Thunder players warming up. I know I saw Stephon Castle from San Antonio already going through his warm-up. It's that time of the show. We've been counting this thing down for the last week. We finally found out the Thunder's opponent Friday night. I've had goosebumps multiple times talking about this series and what it might be. So, Josh, we'll start with you. How do you see this thing playing out?
Guys, I'm feeling bold. I think the Thunder, they're just a machine. They're playing really well. They're rested. They're at full strength. The Spurs have not been here yet. I think they're a year early, kind of like the Thunder 2 years ago in 2024. They still need their Ihart and their Caruso. That'll come, I'm sure. I think they're a year early. I like the Thunder in 5 in this series, in 5. I think they win the 2 here. San Antonio gets 1 at home, and then Thunder finish it up here.
That is bold.
The only thing that would surprise me with this series is a sweep. I think it can go either way. Ultimately, I think that Oklahoma City, they haven't been sleepwalking, so to speak, through these first 2 rounds, but I think that the mental hype and the excitement around this series in particular, that's going to wake them up. I think we're going to see a much sharper version. That said, I think San Antonio is still going to make it really tough. I went back and forth on 6 or 7. I could see it going either way, but I'm going to go with 7, the exact opposite of you here.
I think a lot of things have changed in this series from what we saw in the regular season back in December and January. A.J. Mitchell is a much bigger factor for the Thunder than he was then. Dub was coming off an injury and hadn't quite come back all the way. He's healthy. I think he's going to be a big part of this series. Ultimately, San Antonio is good in all the places that the Thunder usually are able to exploit with other teams, so that negates some of their advantage. But I think the advantage that they can't exploit is the Thunder's, I think, championship experience. That's the difference. Thunder in 6, and it all gets underway very shortly. Game 1 tonight, Western Conference Finals. We'll see you after the game.